Hey everybody, Jason from the Balloon Guys here, coming at you with another balloon tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this red fish. Now to get this fish done, we need a bunch of different balloons. What do we need? We're going to need one red 350 or 360, one white 5-inch round, one red 160, two red 260s, and just to make it interesting, one red 321. Bam. Okay, now that we have everything we need, we can get started. The first balloon we're going to work with today is the red 350 or 360, whatever you're working with. Take it, blow that bad boy up. About yay much should be fine. Tie it up, and the first bubble we're going to make is about a 2-inch, little 2-inch spherical bubble, because what we're going to do here is pinch twist it. Take the nozzle, bring it down, tuck it in. There we go. The next thing we're going to do is make an isosceles triangle out of this balloon. We're going to first make a twist about maybe 2 hands width long. The second piece is the top of the triangle. This is the shorter side, but we want it squishy and soft. So you're going to squish it a little bit and bend it, because this is going to ultimately in the sculpture, this is going to be bent. Then we're going to twist it right about here. And then obviously to make the isosceles triangle, we're going to bring this side down to be the same length as this side. There you go. And you want to lock it in place, so take this pinch twist, roll it through the center. Now it's not going anywhere. We need to now make another pinch twist that is the same as this. Just make sure it's a sphere. Pinch it up. Now we have this little thing here. If I were to pinch these two sides of the triangle together, and this kind of bulges outwards, right underneath where it bulges outward, right at that dent at the top, is where the remainder of the 350 is going to go and stop. So we take the 350 up to that point, and then you twist it. Then you take the remainder here, and you pop it. There's our first balloon. Next, we're going to take the red 160. Inflate it, whatever. That's way more than you'll need right there. Now these, the 160s, are going to be the pectoral fins of the fish. So you just take a little loop, about yay big, maybe the width of your hand, twist it. Take the nozzle, bring it through to lock it. Just like that. The next thing I want to do is right here, I want to make just a little pinch twist. So make a spherical bubble, pinch twist it, and voila. Now what we want to do is we want to take the pectoral fin and we want to lock it into the body of the fish, which is 350. Take the pectoral fin right here, pinch twist and everything, and I want you to thread it through the inside of the triangle right here. And then you're going to twist it and lock it in. Wrap it around, and it's locked. Now, this is important. When we make the body of the fish, we don't want it to be this wide. We actually want it to be a little bit more like this, together. And to keep that shape, we're going to use the 160 here to do it. To determine the length of the 160, you're going to have to squeeze these two sides together, keep them nice and close, take the 160 and bring it across. Once you eyeball where it's supposed to be, you can let the 350 go and then twist it up. So that's where it's going to connect through. And now all we're doing here is we're mirroring what we did with the first pectoral fin. We're going to do one little spherical bubble, pinch twist it, then one big loop twist for the actual fin. Make sure it's the same size as the other one. Because symmetry is important, people, unless you're doing Nemo or something. Now we're going to take the pectoral fin and we are going to thread it through this spot on the other side. So, like I said, squeeze them together. I like to use my chest because it frees up both my hands. Push it against your chest to kind of push it together. Then take the pectoral fin and you're going to wrap it around the joint. This extra thing, we don't need it at this point. You can get rid of it. So far, so good. Put that aside. Next thing we're going to need is a red 260. Blow this up a decent amount. I guess that much. You're going to take the nozzle here and you're going to tie it to the leftover part of the 350 here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 260 and thread it through the inside of that little spot between the 160 piece and the 350 piece. Take the end, thread it all the way through, all the way. And look, now we got the bottom of the fish, and this 260 part here is gonna end up being the brow ridge of his nose, because, you know, fish have noses. This first part of the 260, you want it to be bent, because again, this is supposed to be like the rounded forehead, so you don't want it to be straight and triangular. Take it, bend it a little bit where that you think the peak of the forehead's gonna be, and then give it a little bit of a shock. You just squish, squish, squish a couple times. If you can kind of visualize, as we're going, the pectoral fin on the back of the fish is gonna be roughly right here. So after the bend, make a twist for the pectoral fin, and then you're gonna make one little spherical bubble, which is gonna be a pinch twist. Now you can see where we're going with this. The rest of this 260 is gonna go back, 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 back to these two pinch twists of the 350. This is gonna form the spine of the fish. Now just make sure that you pull this backwards just a little bit, because remember, the brow ridge is gonna be bent and it's gonna kind of nestle everything down a little bit. If you go like this, then it ends up, there's too much dead space. So you bring it back a little, find your spot where you're gonna pinch it in and twist it, and then you take this twist that you just made on the 260 and you do it into the pinch twists on the 350, just like that. From here, we take the remaining part of the 260 and we bring it back up to the pinch twist where the dorsal fin's gonna start, just like that, and then we wrap that around the pinch twist. Ba-dow! From here, we take this side, the remaining part of the 260, and you can see where this is going, right? This is gonna go right down to where the pectoral fin was. But again, remember, this front piece is gonna be bent and squished down. So this side piece you don't wanna measure directly up to there. You wanna kind of pull it down just ever so slightly and then go from there. Again, the twist I just made is gonna get twisted right into here where the pectoral fin is. So now we take the remainder of the 260 and we bring it across underneath the nose of the fish, and this is gonna end up being the smile, the bottom jaw. So you bring it across. Don't make it too tight because then you won't see the mouth. You want to kind of bulb it out a little bit so it gives the appearance of a smile. Make the twist, and then you twist this piece across to the other side, the other dorsal fin. All right, now naturally, we know what we're doing from here, I would hope. The remainder of the 260 is now going to go up right back to the pinch twist that's going to start his dorsal fin. And again, this piece should not be as long as the brow ridge piece. It should be the same length as the piece on the left side. It should be just a little shorter than the brow ridge piece. Twist it into the pinch twist on top. I'm saying twist an awful lot. Now, the remaining piece of the balloon that you have, you're going to turn into the dorsal fin. I didn't give myself enough room. You could have blew the balloon up a little bit less, but we'll still make it work. Watch. You can do two things. If you have enough room in the balloon, this is my preference, you make a twist to be the front part of the dorsal fin, and then you make another twist to be the back part of the dorsal fin, and this gets attached downwards, like that. But if you don't have enough room to do two twists, you can just do one eensy beensy teeny tiny bubble on the back end, like that, just enough to grab the balloon, and you can wrap it down into the top, and then you get that look. But I'm gonna do it this way. Watch. One twist for the first part of the dorsal fin, teeny tiny twist to grab it on, and then I wrap it back into the pinch twist itself. So there you go. We have the front part of the fish done and done. Not too bad. And then what you can do is you can take those pinch twists by the pectoral fins, position them on top so that the pectoral fins of the fish face downward. Now, moving on to the back of the fish. Red 260. This is going to be the tail. Blow this up, I guess. That much? I don't know. Should be fine. So what you're going to do to start is you're going to make one tiny little spherical bubble, and you're going to pull the nozzle down to make a pinch twist, like that. The next part is you're going to do the top part of the fan, maybe a little wider than the length of your hand, and the next one has to be longer than this. You want to give it like a little bit of a curled kind of look. So you see how this one's longer? Gives it more of like an angle. Now we're gonna do the bottom part of the fan. It has to be the exact same thing as this. Come down there, that's the inside piece. Then we make the outside piece long and curlier, like that. Wrap it around a couple times. And to finish off, we're gonna do one more tiny spherical bubble, which is gonna turn into a pinch twist. And wrap that around the joint. All this stuff extra, get rid of it. There's gonna be the tail of our fish. The next thing is our red 321. I find the hardest thing to do with these is actually working with the 321s because we want to force all the air as much as we can down into the tapered portion, which is a little bit harder to stay. We're going to take the air and we're going to squeeze it down there. So you see we're fully using the tapered portion. You want to actually get it long enough to get to the point where you're at its full width. Once you get the air fully compressed into the bottom of the 321, you make a twist like that. Don't let the air out. This is one of the few instances where you want a lot of high pressure in the balloon because otherwise you lose the extension of the balloon into the tip. So this now is going to become the last back half of the body as it tapers back to the tail. Take just a little teeny point on the end of the 321, like that. That's more than enough. And you're going to take this and twist it into the tail, right at the center point. There's my tail. Take the nozzle of the tail, and we're going to attach it to the double pinch twists of the body of the fish. We're pretty much finished now. The only thing we need to do is give them some eyeballs. This is the easiest part. Take the white 5-inch round, you're gonna blow it up just a little bit. It wants to be underinflated. Plenty. Tie it off, and now you wanna bisect the balloon right where the knot is. So you just squeeze it where the knot is, bisect it equally so that there's, as well as you can get it, an equal amount of air on either side of the balloon. And then you're gonna take it and be mean to it and shove it inside the center so that one eyeball is on one side of the brow ridge and one eyeball is on the other side of the brow ridge. Boom! We're pretty much done. All you gotta do is, this is the easy part, you just gotta take a little bit of marker, boom, boom, give them some dots, and we're good. There you have it, everybody. Pretty nifty red balloon fish. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Write that little button down there somewhere and hit the bell too so you get notifications. Also, tell us what you think in the comments and share the video with whoever you think might like it. We'll see you in the next video.